Bethesda. For the first time in decades, something new is on the horizon. A game that could mark the end of a studio once heralded as the kings of a genre. Or a game that could change everything.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
You are go for launch.
Graviton Field Loop Array. It's a phrase you may have missed from the original Starfield trailer. For those that don't know, a graviton is currently a theoretical idea in physics that is seen as an elementary particle that facilitates the force of gravity in our universe. The discovering and harnessing of such power would have drastic effects on humanity as we know it. You see, gravitons allow us to conjoin general relativity from Einstein with the modern science of quantum mechanics, all into one theory of everything for the universe. A theory that at its most basic level shows how the fundamental forces of the universe interact. A discovery like this would allow us to make a so-called Alcubierre drive, a ship traversal system that instead of using standard propulsion, like a jet engine, would rather allow faster than light travel through the use of bending space-time around the device with massive gravitational fields. And that's not it. You see, in the trailer, we also saw two books. Sitting on the shelf of our ship are Omega and Sailing Around the World. Books that tell the story of the end of the world itself from a comet, and of a man who sailed the entire planet only to disappear suddenly. Interesting coincidences for sure. So what does it all mean then? As stated by Bethesda, this game is 25 years in the making. And for those of you who don't know, that 25 years included a game called The 10th Planet. A canceled Bethesda sci-fi ship and traversal experience from the 90s based on the book, well, The 10th Planet. The novel told the story of two archaeologists on Earth who, independently of one another, discover black markings at different time intervals in the soil, each concluding that some sort of cataclysmic event is happening around every 2,000 years. Shortly thereafter, we learn about a secret and intelligent alien race that lives on a hidden 10th planet in our solar system that is coming back to harvest all organic life every 2 millennia in order to preserve their own survival at all costs. A plot that sounds eerily similar to one of my favorite sci-fis of all time, Mass Effect. Starfield is poised to tell this story of a cataclysmic event, of a lonely journey discovering the stars, and faster than light travel using futuristic control of the fundamental forces of nature itself. And now, with recent leaks confirmed by none other than Jason Schreier himself, of a previous Bethesda employee stressing there will be manual spaceflight in this game, the question becomes, what are we after? And for that, we have an answer too. As Todd and the team have alluded to multiple times, Starfield aims to answer the biggest questions in our universe. One of those is on this sheet of paper. Some sort of alien artifact that you have discovered that has landed you in Constellation, an organization exploring the stars. This device is likely central to the main story and has ramifications on the main goal for Starfield. A game described as having the main goal of exploring and discovering what's out there. And what would be more interesting of a thing to stumble upon and unravel than a giant alien conspiracy to travel through space and time, through technologically advanced forces humanity has only dreamed of, to travel to near and alternate dimensions. If it isn't already obvious, Starfield will task us with joining the space organization Constellation, where we will be tasked with venturing forth into the stars and figuring out the mystery of that device and its schematics that we found. Those 3 rings and the in-depth notes we are taking will evolve as the game goes on, until we figure out how to finally activate this great and mysterious artifact. We will venture to many different planets and diverse locations as seen in the concept art, and we will eventually activate this device, likely creating a wormhole to an entirely new dimension. Something that would theoretically be possible in a universe that has mastered gravitons, like this one. It is only after passing through this wormhole that we will make first contact with the first truly intelligent alien species similar to us. And we will explore their part of the universe in an ending that flips the game on its head. An ending akin to BioShock Infinite. But this time, we will have the gameplay and systems and world to back it up. A set of never-ending lateral dimensions with endless possibilities. Or not, because at the end of the day, all of this is speculation for fun, and only when we get our hands on the game will we know how its universe really works. But you see, that's just it. That's why I'm so excited for Starfield. It's not about whether there is manual spaceflight, fully rendered planets, or the greatest graphics I've ever seen. It's that Bethesda is on the verge of a potentially genre-defining game. It's been quite literally over a decade since the last big space opera game, Mass Effect. For Bethesda, Starfield is the biggest chance they have had in some time now to not only change their formula, but improve it. There's a reason Bethesda games are so popular, but that does not mean they are without fault. And in a brand new universe, with new places, characters, and no preconceived notions, this is the perfect chance to once again revolutionize an industry like the Bethesda of old. Keep your mastery of environmental storytelling on planets. Create weird and interesting creatures to fight as you traverse through each zone, just like in Skyrim. But on top of this, add more sophisticated writing and decision making. Have what we do on each planet affect how people perceive us. Improve AI systems to make the game feel as radically reactive as possible. And formulate a main narrative that makes us care. Instead of being so bored, we opt to only do side quests instead. Learn from where your contemporaries have triumphed in recent years, but don't forget what made you so great in the first place. More than any other studio or game right now, I truly feel Bethesda and Starfield have more potential than anything. The potential to grab our imaginations, the potential to once again revolutionize an industry, and the potential to have us lose ourselves in a world, just like we did as kids. At least for some of us. And whether or not my predictions come true, or certain features are or aren't in Starfield, the reason I made this video in the first place is because there really is something magical about a Bethesda game. And the reason I want to see Starfield become the grand epic it's capable of that we remember for years is because I don't know if any other studio could do it. Could create a universe with multiple environments and hundreds of hours of quests with AI that reacts dynamically to the player and a horde of adoring fans ready to mod any inadequacy into greatness. Do you remember that first time you stepped off the boat in Morrowind? When you first made it out of the sewers in Oblivion, or when you finally escaped the vault in Fallout 3? These are the moments that will live forever with us as gamers, and the moments that made us fall in love with not just Bethesda, but gaming. I want Bethesda to finally capture their magic again, and also create a new world the likes of which we have never seen, where we can travel to multiple varied places, all while experiencing a story filled to the brim with hard science, intrigue, and answers to the biggest questions in our universe, where the very core of our souls can be enveloped, where we can seek the answers to the biggest questions that trouble us in our own universe and our place in it. A game that shows us what it means to be human, to not be alone on this little rock of ours, to believe or lose faith in a God, and to experience a story that will truly live on in our hearts and minds forever. Not a game that is perfect or polished in every way, but one that begs the question, why are we all here? Something As Todd Howard puts it, they are uniquely positioned to do.